Joco Community Radio.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no-obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323.
Let's be honest. Wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair. The world's lightest wheelchair is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. That's 800-823-5826.
Out of deck carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleveland, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleveland, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered.
It's fascinating. Have you seen it? LaserShopLive.com. It's the YouTube channel for Romika laser engraving and custom designs. We're excited to offer you a 24-hour live stream of our laser shop, along with various videos showcasing our laser work and completed projects. Our state-of-the-art equipment and skilled designers create intricate designs on a variety of materials. With our live stream, you can see firsthand how we create our one-of-a-kind products.
I stumbled upon LaserShopLive.com and was blown away by being able to actually watch them work on their projects. Their laser engraving live stream is fascinating to watch, and I lose all track of time.
Whether you're a business owner, creative professional, or just someone who appreciates unique and personalized items, LaserShopLive.com has something for everyone. And with our YouTube channel, LaserShopLive.com, you can watch our live stream and browse our videos anytime, anywhere. So why wait? Check out Laser Shop Live today and see what all the buzz is about. Visit LaserShopLive.com.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Serving Johnson County, Texas, Joco Community Radio.
There it is. All right. Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Good afternoon.
I feel like we got better light in here today.
I think so too.
Like maybe that is just like really gloomy.
It's because it's gloomy
It is
outside.
gloomy outside.
Yeah, we look great. We look great.
Mhm.
This works. All right. So this is Real Estate Reality with your host, Diana Roberts. With me, I have my amazing sponsors, actually, our partners. You guys are in partnership with me now.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for you guys for continuing and helping my show continue. So I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for taking our money.
You're welcome. Thanks for providing that.
Exactly.
All right. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Like always, my name is Mike Sewell. I'm with High and Tight Roofing.
And I'm Matthew Zaidle with High and Tight Roofing and Z-View Inspections.
There we go.
All right, there we go. So today's gonna be a fun show. I'm so excited. I like having you guys on here, and I'm really it's somebody's birthday today. Is that
Mike,
okay that
happy
I-
birthday, Mike? No, I'm just kidding.
It's my birthday was 4 days ago.
Yeah. So happy birthday to you. It's
Thank you.
belated birthday,
Yeah.
but and happy
Yeah.
birthday to Matt.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, he's 40. I'm 32.
Yeah, he's 32.
That's the
He's a young
opposite.
Yeah, it is. It
Yeah.
is.
It's too bad I know better.
I know.
Well, it's funny because our birthdays are so close,
Yeah.
and
That
then
is true.
even Dustin, one of our salesmen.
Even Ryan, her birthday's on the 21st too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I didn't
Wow.
even know that. Like I was sitting there, I was looking at
What?
Facebook and I clicked on her thing and saw a bunch of like birthday wishes and stuff like that. And I was like, shut up. I was like, do we have 4 people like right there, same birthdays?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty
Within
crazy.
4 days of each other.
Mm-hmm.
That is
I thought that's
crazy.
pretty cool.
That is
Yeah.
pretty cool. I think that's awesome
hmm
because you guys get to celebrate it together.
Yeah. Well,
So-
We've been trying to get together for so long to celebrate all of our birthdays, but we're all so busy that
yeah.
Right.
we don't have time.
Well,
We're-
that's a good thing, though. It's
Yeah,
good to be
it is.
busy.
Oh, it is. We were gonna go
Yeah.
to Top Golf and drink beer and
I
golf
want to
balls.
go. When you guys go, I should be invited.
Well, I tell
You
you,
can
what.
sponsor the golf.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm just
now-
kidding.
I will contribute. How about that?
There you go.
Okay.
Can you hit a golf ball?
I mean, I'm not terrible at it.
That is like the for surest no
Right.
without saying no that
I'm
I've
not
ever
bad.
seen.
I'm not bad, but I'm not great.
Have you been
I'm
to
not
Top
great.
Golf?
I have, yes.
Okay.
I had a blast.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I had a lot of fun.
Hey, you know what's funny? It's like me and you sound the same on here.
Do we?
Kinda.
Kinda.
A little bit.
Hmm?
You got to say something again, Matt.
Something again.
See? We sound the same.
You got an accent though.
I do.
You do have
You
an
got that
accent.
country accent.
You
Well,
do.
that's that good old boy East Texas.
It is.
Okay,
accent.
we'll call it a good old boy accent, not a country accent.
I
Yeah,
like
it's-
that. All
yeah.
right, that works. All right, so I understand that you just got a house recently.
did,
You purchased
yeah.
a house.
Mhm.
You want to tell us a little bit about your experience in purchasing a house?
I think I told you the other day that this was house number. I think it's number 4. It's 4 or
Yeah.
5, but just and we've moved a ton. Apparently, we like buying and selling houses. Not
Apparently.
really. The whole process is not. It's pretty stressful, right?
Yes, it can
Actually, though, but this process was the most smooth process we've ever had.
be. That's
buying
good.
a house, buying and selling a house. We sold our house. It wasn't even on the market a week.
Yeah.
And this house we got just happened to be there for, I think it was on the like 80 something days. Like nobody got this house. It was sitting
Wow.
on there for that long. It was waiting for us. Is what it
Wow.
was.
That's exactly what it
funny,
was.
It was a funny process how we even found this house because we were looking all in Burleson, right? We were looking everywhere and online, right? You'll go look online and you'll find out, oh, I want to go see that house.
Right.
I never once did we see this house online. And I drove by it one day after looking at another house that was terrible. Driving
It's always how it
by-
happens.
Oh, for sure. Houses, pictures. So
Yeah.
you have to know about this.
I know.
Pictures online, you're like, oh,
Nope.
that looks nice. And then you
Mhm.
get there and you're like, this is not the same house.
Right.
This house is junk.
Yeah.
But anyways, so we're leaving one of these houses and we passed by. So I passed by first on my own before my wife did. And I just look over and I saw a for sale sign. I saw the house. I was like, oh, that's a nice house. I was like, I have not seen that house online. And I didn't even think, I just kept going. I was on the way to work or something. And then she drove by the house another day. We drove together. And I was like, yeah, I saw that house the other day. And she's like, that looks really nice. We should go look at it. Because neither one of us has seen it online at all. It never popped up. I don't know how.
Weird.
In our little searches, we never saw that one.
I have a trick for
anyways-
this, but the realtor probably doesn't know. But go ahead.
Yeah. So we're like, we
Okay.
should just go check it out. And then we went and checked it out. And she's a little pickier than I am when it comes to houses. All I wanted, my want was Burleson.
Okay.
That's all I cared about.
All
'Cause,
right.
I was tired of driving so much.
Yeah. So where were you
and,
guys
uh,
before?
We lived in Itasca.
Oh yeah, that's a long drive.
Yeah. Mhm.
I sold a house in Itasca not that long ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a drive.
That's a drive
Yeah.
every single day.
Okay.
So, and that's a lot of times I'm going past Burleson.
Right.
But anyway, so we see that house. We finally make it in there. we go in there, and like I said, it's the first house she even liked at all out of all the houses we looked at. And like I said, I didn't care. I was like, we're in Burleson, and I seen the little shop outside, and I walked straight out there. I didn't care about the inside of the house. I was like, this thing's got a shop.
What?
Well,
Blank. It's
Oh
a
my
blank
God.
space. I get to do whatever I want with it.
I'm gonna
I
go
was
check
like,
this out.
I'm sold. And then I came back in not thinking anything. I was like, she doesn't like any house, right? And she was saying she actually liked this house. I was like, well, let's put an offer in and let's go. And
That's
like I said,
awesome.
it got accepted. We sold our house, and now we're here.
and who helped you move?
And my only brother, well, I have another brother,
Right.
but this brother helped me.
That's
He's the only
awesome.
person. So we don't ever ask for help anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't like
No.
burdening people with
Right.
that, just because I don't want you to ask me now. Although I would do it.
Yeah.
But he showed up. Didn't even ask him. He just showed up.
Yeah.
Started helping move, and the move went like 2 minutes after that.
Yeah.
We were
I
done.
was like done. So
Yeah.
It was cool. But as far as the process, it was a very smooth process. But I will advocate for you
Okay.
right now that after buying and selling 4 different houses, 4 different times, 4 different processes, it is most definitely very important to have a good agent.
Absolutely.
Most people don't think that. I'll just go with who I know. They're my friends. They're my buddies. I know them or whatever. Y'all are not created equal.
No.
Absolutely not. There's a
No.
big difference in good agents and not good agents.
Yes.
Um,
I'd have to agree. And it's not that they're not a good agent. It's just that they're not taking the initiative to be educated and to understand the process as well, so that they can help their clients be able to have a nice, smooth transaction. Because every transaction for us is different too. It absolutely is, as being an agent. It's just understanding, okay, this is not about me. This is about my client. So I
Absolutely.
need to put my interest last, theirs before mine, right? That's your fiduciary duty in the first place. There's a lot of agents that don't really grasp or understand that. And then they really don't have the education in order to do the job correctly, I feel. So a lot of things get missed. And, I like to use a transaction coordinator because they help me with all the paperwork. They take some of that time and that stress off of me, which is making me not be a stress ball with my client, right? Because like the more stress that we're involved in or that we've got going on, you can easily put that on your client if you're not separating that, right? So I like to separate. So it is, you're absolutely correct. It is who you're working with
Absolutely.
and what their experience and their education and how they are acting on each scenario that pops up.
Yep. And how you have the best interest of your client, not
Right.
your paycheck.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
a big thing.
It
And
is.
then one thing I've kind of learned too, you kind of have to know how to play hardball.
Yeah.
Some of these agents get run over
Yeah, they do.
by the other agent.
Yep.
On whatever side, it doesn't matter.
I don't
You-
let that happen.
That's what I'm saying. You got to have an agent that's not going to get run over,
Right,
or you're
right.
you're not going to get your best deal you can get.
Exactly. And you have to be able to, so Split the Difference is an amazing book. And I'd have to look up the author because I can't remember his name, but it talks that he was an FBI agent and he talks about negotiation skills and he uses it now. He's not in the FBI anymore and he's not a negotiator anymore with the FBI. Now he is in sales. So he created this book to help anybody in sales be able to be their best negotiator in life even. So, I mean, there's life skills there too in learning how to negotiate and having to put that enforcement in there. Like, look, this is my client. I understand where you're coming from because I know you're working with your client. However, I'm looking at what's best for my client.
Right.
And this is where we're at. We need to fix it. We need to make it happen. And that's when you have to put your foot down. But I think that book really helped me better understand how to have my best negotiation skills.
That's good.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, it's what agents are doing. It's what agents are doing in order to learn how to be their best version of themselves in all aspects. And for me, I do it all within all of my life skills, but also in my work too. So, yeah.
And you gotta continually get better.
Yes.
You can't stay the same.
No.
And some of these, I don't know. Like I said, we don't want to call them bad agents. but
Right.
Maybe they don't try as hard. I don't know.
Yeah. Yes. Maybe it's not for
But
them. It's not for them.
For sure.
Yeah.
But there is a difference for
There-
sure. Just like us, just like inspectors.
Yeah.
Like some people will call me and they're just looking for the cheapest guy out there. We're not all created equal. Once again, like, the cheap guy, I'm not saying they're going to be terrible. A lot of cheap guys are terrible.
Yeah.
They're cheap for a reason. Either they're cheap because they're new or
Right.
they're not very good.
That's very
But
true.
there's another difference on if you truly have the best interest in your client,
Absolutely.
you're going to find an inspector that actually cares about their client. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I care about my client. I don't care about the sale.
Right.
Obviously, I'm not going to make a mountain out of a molehill, but
Yeah.
we
We still have to work and make a paycheck.
Yes. I'm not going to try to create problems where there's not, but it's my job to give my client the most information I can about their house.
Yep.
And that's what I
Absolutely.
do. Some agents don't like that.
I love that. And honestly, I'm the agent that walks through the house and goes, ooh, this could have some foundation issues. We'll find out during the inspection report, but I'm just going to let you know and probably have a professional come out and look at that. There might be a warranty. And that's when I go to the agent. I'm like, I'm going to go to the agent and I'm going to find out if this has been addressed. And if it has, if there's a warranty that's going to be able to be moved over to the client. Right. But it's only warranted for what they worked on.
Absolutely.
Which creates other problems in other sections of the house or can.
Right. Yeah.
After it's been done. You are so quiet.
I'm just sitting here like, all right.
He said, when are we going to talk about roofs?
I don't know. I've been thinking about buying a new house lately, and it's very informative to listen to somebody obviously that just got through doing it. All the pros, the cons, and and of course, somebody that's about to buy a house. I'm trying to save money because I know I'm about to spend a lot of money.
Right.
So but you're absolutely right. It's sometimes cheaping it out isn't the best way to do it. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's funny because I've moved a ton, and this guy doesn't ever move.
No, been in the same house for 10 years.
Yeah, and I remember ever since I've known you 5 or 6 years now. How many 6 years, something like that.
Yeah.
So ever since I've known this guy, he's always every year he's talking about moving.
Every
Looking at
year.
houses or something. He just never pulls the trigger.
No,
and I'm like moving every other year.
Dude, I have great neighbors. Like my neighbors are so
yeah.
awesome, and that's the only thing that really keeps me there. That and my kids, they go out and they play, all that good stuff. And I live in one of those neighborhoods where there's not a ton of houses. I think there's only 100 houses in my neighborhood, and it makes it to where I don't really have to worry about my kids because I know everybody in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of keeps me there, and I think we've outgrown our house. And I mean, to say that we've outgrown our house is a big thing because we live in a 5-bedroom house. It's a huge house. And I'm like, I just feel like we're all on top of each other. So now it's not about the bedrooms. It's just about the more square footage, stuff like that, something just a little bit bigger,
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm afraid I'm never going to get the good neighbors again. I'm afraid I'm going to get the weirdos living next door to me. The ones that are like sitting there, like standing there. Like what I'm afraid of is I'm gonna end up getting a 2-story house, and then that house is gonna be like right next to somebody else's house, and then they're gonna be like staring out their window into my window all the time, and they're tidy whities, and I'm just like,
oh my goodness,
I don't have to worry about that in my house right now.
All right.
So,
But there's a trick to that too.
what,
If you want to
blinds?
know, no.
Oh.
Well, yeah. But no, there's a trick to that. So like, me being your agent, if you were really concerned on who your neighbors were going to be, we can go knock on the doors
Right.
and say, hey, that's in my clients. They're thinking about wanting to move across the street.
Are you a weirdo?
How do you like the neighborhood? What do you
Right.
think of this neighborhood? They wanted to kind of get some insight with you.
That or we
If
just
that's
awesome.
okay. Yeah.
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of an agent doing that. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
that or we just straight up go, hey, are you a weirdo? If he says
we're not going to ask that.
he says
Just
yes, then I'm saying
I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah,
be
we're
quiet.
outta
Let me
here.
do the talking, okay?
She's gonna go door knocking on her own without you.
I am gonna be like, okay, this neighbor, because you trust me, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So I'll be like, yeah, this neighbor's cool. That neighbor, ooh, I don't know.
I'm telling you,
Just
I
stay
got
away
some-
from that neighbor.
I got some good neighbors right now.
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, like no joke. Like I have one neighbor, right? His name is Mike. Okay. And it's really easy to remember because I'm Mike. He's Mike. I think we have another
Two
neighbor.
mics.
No, that we have 3 mics. Like,
Oh gosh,
like 3 mics.
3 mics.
Okay. Yeah.
now all you
But-
need is a Nike.
I know, right? We got a Joey. So,
Joey.
Joey.
Dang it, Joey's nickname is Ike.
Yeah. So I got Glenn, Joey, Mike, and Mike. And then So, Mike is like one of those guys, like he's an older gentleman, and he's one of those type of people that it's like if it's not in his garage, it doesn't exist. He's not a hoarder like at all in his house. But you go to his garage and he's got like it looks like a warehouse inside there. And it's all
What?
just tools. I mean, it's craziest thing you ever seen. So it's like, man, I'll be like, I'll be sitting there and I'll be doing something and I'll go, man, I don't have this. And I'll call Mike. And Mike's always got it.
Oh, that's
Every single time.
awesome.
He's always got it. I'm like, dude, do you have the flux capacitor for the, Back to the Future car? He's got it. I'm telling you, this dude has everything.
That's
So he's a
crazy.
good neighbor. That
Yeah.
and he brought me like 10 pounds of crawfish the other day.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah. Me and Tyler sat there and ate that whole thing. It was crazy.
Dang.
You are a crawfish guy, aren't you?
Oh, I love crawfish. Yeah.
I have to be in the mood for crawfish. Like I like crawfish. Don't get me wrong.
How can you be in the mood for crawfish? I mean,
I
it's
don't
like,
know. Like it just touches there's been crawfish boils that I went to and I didn't eat as much crawfish, but I ate the rest of everything else, And then there's crawfish boils where I go and I'm like really into the crawfish and
no.
it's weird. It's weird.
See, I mean, I like me, no joke. I mean, I was born and raised out in East Texas. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's like crawfish city out there. I mean, everywhere you go,
True.
I mean, literally you walk up on street corners and there's like vendors up there and you get a little plastic bag full of crawfish. I mean,
Really?
I'm dead serious. Yeah. It's
That's
like crawfish
cool.
on the corners over there.
That's
Like New
something.
York, they have hot dog stands. East Texas, they got crawfish on corners.
Really?
Yeah. Awesome.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
That is
So,
cool.
I get over here and it's nothing like that, So if I want like good crawfish, I got to go back to East Texas.
Well, you know how you change that?
How's that?
You
Move
just
back
start
to East
having
Texas?
it. No, you just have more here. Let's go.
Well, where do you get it?
Yeah, there's places to buy it, isn't there?
I mean, everywhere I go, it's like somebody's house. They got crawfish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where'd they get it? That's what we
they
need
gotta
to
order
ask.
it from East Texas.
And have it shipped to them?
Exactly.
I don't think so. There are local places you can buy crawfish.
Well, that's why Burson they need to hurry up with that razzoos over here. 'Cause, I mean, they're gonna
Yes.
have crawfish. I mean,
They
that's
are.
like- I think the catch.
That's crazy
actually,
that we're gonna have a
a razoo.
razzoos. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude,
First time
I'm-
I've heard of
Across
that.
from Spice Rack.
Really?
That building right there, that's gonna be a razzoos. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
And then we got an Alley Cats
Yeah.
that's
seen
coming. Yeah.
Mhm.
And we finally got I love what's that new taco place? I love it too.
Torchies?
Torchies.
Oh,
We have a Torchies.
Yeah.
man, I tell you, I ate over there the other day, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, man, you know what? I eat some tacos.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So when I'm sitting there looking at their menu, and it's like, oh, there's this one taco, and there's this taco, and all this other stuff, and I'm sitting there going, man, I'll take that one, that one, that one, and that one. I ate two, and I was so stuffed. It was absolutely unreal. Like, they're
Yes.
so big.
Yeah. I agree. I had one. I couldn't have more than one
Yeah.
because I was eating the chips and queso too.
Yeah, they have really
Yeah.
good chips and
Their
queso.
chips and queso are
Yeah.
so good.
Mhm.
I went to Fuzzies. We shouldn't have gone to Fuzzies today. We should have went to Torchies.
Mhm.
Dang it. Dang it.
Fuzzies is good.
Fuzzies is good. I
Yeah.
like their chips and their queso too. So I got their chips and queso and I did my black beans and rice.
There you go. Black beans and rice. I keep telling her she needs to add more protein into her diet.
Yes, I'm not eating enough. I know that. I've already known that. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's a different topic. I did go work out this morning though. Like, okay, so I feel that if you want to be the best version of yourself, you have to get up first thing in the morning. So I got up at 5 o'clock this morning, got myself ready, was there at 6 o'clock at Hot Works, got my workout in, got my protein shake in, and then I ate right. So now I still have a protein shake. But anyway, that's probably not what we're not talking real estate reality today. We're so squirrel. It's
Hey,
okay.
Tiffany said there's a local crawfish place.
Yes.
Yeah.
You need to give us the play. Oh wait.
She already did.
It's a winery. Which one? What is it called?
No.
What does that mean, Tiffany? You need to retype that. Just down what street? Something TE8. I don't know. All right, so we got about 7 more minutes. So I know that we wanted to talk a little bit too about inspections. I'm really excited that you had such a great. Was there anything else though that you wanted to actually incorporate in your experience though, with your buying experience? Anything at all?
I don't know. Like what? What do you mean?
Well, okay, so you did say like, okay, so how many? I have a question for you. How many of the houses that you did go look at didn't look like the picture?
Every single one of them.
Had-
Most of them.
Most of them.
Let's say
Okay.
90% at least.
That's
It's
really-
so and it's so frustrating and for home buyers and they're looking online and they're like, man, these pictures, and me too.
Yeah.
And then it's even the same thing because before I go do an inspection, I'll look online and I'm looking
Yeah.
at the pictures. I'm like, all right, the house looks pretty nice. And then I get there, I'm like, this house looks like crap.
You know,
It's crazy.
it is.
It's crazy.
It has. I showed one in Arlington to a buyer. He's under contract now, and he's so happy. Like he was like, You are he's like, this is his second house, I think. And he's like, you are like the second time I've bought a house. And he was like, this has been the best experience because every house you've sent me, I've actually really liked. Like you have great taste. Like you knew what I wanted and you've been sending it to me. And I was like, okay, that's awesome. Until we got to this one house. It was only one house, but it's with the pictures. It was the pictures. There was a pink hot tub, a hot pink tub, or not hot tub. Did I say hot tub?
Yeah, you did.
A pink bathtub, hot pink, and then a hot pink toilet and bidet.
It was an old house.
It was an old house. It was like it was a 1960s house. But then the craziest part was you walk through like in that same bath, like within the bathroom, there was like another room that you went into. It could have been a bedroom. It looked like you didn't know, right? So you walk into it and it's carpeted and it's got the sink to wash your hands.
Mhm.
And then across from like when you're walking across from that, it's like this big, huge walk-in closet where the sink is at. I'm like, what is going on in this house?
There's a sink in the closet.
There was a sink. Yes, there's a sink, and then there's the closet, like in that same carpeted area.
Yeah.
These old houses get very odd,
They
Yeah.
do. It was like a maze. The only
especially
cool
if
thing,
nobody's touched it.
yes,
Huh.
yeah.
They're odd sometimes.
The only thing that was really cool was the fireplace. It was like one of those really old, like it looked like a hot, like a pizza. You know those pizza furnaces
Oh,
that you
yeah,
cook the
the-
pizzas in, the
Oh,
hot stone
yeah.
ones.
Mhm.
It looked like that, and it was huge,
That's
and it was
kinda
in the living room. It was pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, but
Dude,
that was the
so
only
hey,
cool
you
thing.
know what? It's like, I mean, honestly, that sounds like a really practical house. I mean, you think about it, it's like you're in your closet, and you need to wash your hands, you're there. If you get hungry watching a movie, you don't have to get up and go back and forth to the oven. You can just cook your pizza right there in the living room.
True story.
I mean, it's a pretty practical house. They don't make that stuff anymore.
That's
That's
Sure,
funny.
they don't make them like that anymore.
I'm telling you.
They're all
But-
cookie cutter these days.
Yes. Well, I gotta say though, the reason I asked you that is because what really frustrates me is, I'm a listing agent too. I'm a buyer's agent and I'm a listing agent. But I've also gotten my expert advisory certification in being a buyer and listing agent. So one of the biggest key things to know as an agent is make sure that your pictures look like the house.
Mm-hmm.
Do not try to make it look anything other than what that house is. Don't find pictures from the previous one because you're not supposed to do that anyway. It's kind of illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, you can get fined through Trek and some other things possibly if it gets found out that you use somebody else's pictures. Like every listing that I have a photographer go out and take professional pictures, but I make sure the house is ready. So it's really about telling your client what they need to do to that house before you go get those pictures.
That's
Yeah.
big.
That's right. It's huge.
Yeah.
And
So
I think that's why we haven't sold our house. It's because I don't want to I don't want somebody to come up in there taking pictures.
I'm gonna come up there and take pictures.
Hey, you can come take pictures. I'm just like the living room's good, the
Yeah.
dining room's good, the kitchen's good. I redid I showed you those pictures where
Yes.
we redid all that other thing.
Yeah.
But I got 6 kids. You go to one of their bedrooms, yeah. Like especially Camilla's. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like you can't take pictures of that room. You're just gonna have to list on there. Hey, there's another room, but it's occupied by a 5-year-old. So we didn't want to pick up all the Legos and everything else.
Well, I
So-
think that's perfectly fine though.
Yeah.
I really do. I think that because that's kids. People that are going to be looking at your house, it's obviously big enough for a family. So a
Mhm.
family is going to be looking at it. What I primarily tell my clients in that aspect is make sure that you're at least keeping it somewhat tidy and clean. Make sure you're showing her the importance of keeping it clean
Mhm.
and putting your toys and stuff away. And if you need me to help you with that, I got it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
You
I'll
can help me
tell
do
you,
that.
hey.
All right.
she's
And then
gonna
when a
clean the house.
showing notification comes in, you scramble for the next 10 minutes to get it all clean and get out of there.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. That is the best way to do it. And then you want it to smell like cookies
Smell like cookies.
or home baked. Something
yes,
home
smell is
baked.
big.
It is big.
Really?
But too much smell is bad.
Yes. Yes. You don't want it overpowering.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It smells big.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna live there.
And that's my
forever.
wife's thing. She walks in the house because there was this one house that I liked in Burleson. She couldn't get over the smell. She's like, "No, I wouldn't buy this house. I don't care what it looks like because it smells bad."
Smells bad.
Yeah.
It was terrible. And she was right. I mean, it did smell bad,
Right.
Really?
but yeah. And
What
then
is-
sometimes like smell bad. It's either smells bad or some of the they try to put the air fresheners in and it's too much.
Mhm.
Like you don't do too much.
No.
Yeah. So what did it smell like?
I think it smelled like smoke / Old people.
Ah, okay.
Old, old,
smoky
smoking
old people. There you go.
And it was completely vacant.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you knew that smell just kind of
Yeah.
stuck to that house.
Well, I mean, it's nowadays, people that smoke cigarettes and stuff like that, typically they go outside. I mean, we see
Please.
that a lot because, it's like we're out there looking at roofs and we walk in their backyard and there's 9,000 cigarette butts back there. And you're going, all right. Yeah. But, back in like the old days, like my grandparents smoked constantly inside the house.
Mhm.
I remember after she passed away and we were getting ready to sell their house, I thought the walls were yellow. They were not yellow. They were
not.
white. I mean, it was just pure nicotine on the walls.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, it was so bad.
And that's what's sad though, because you can't really get that smell ever really out of that, because you got to think about it. When you're smoking in your house, all of that is going in through your vents. Like it's
Right.
going through your vents and through your ductwork and circling. It's continuing to circle in and out and filter back in and out of your house. So it stays.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get rid of that smell.
Straight up.
I'm
Smoky old people.
yeah.
Smoky old people. That's a new
We should.
show.
Hey, you should get Tiffany to write a song about smoky old people. That's a great title.
Yes. Tiffany, we got you a new song title.
Smoky old people.
All right, we're going to have to go to break here in just a little bit, guys. But when we come back, we're going to be talking about some more fun topics and fun stuff. So stay tuned.
Smoky old people. That is like that's a good. That's I
If you are trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581.
Out of deck carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleveland, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleveland, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Serving Johnson County, Texas. Joco Community Radio.
It's Dr. More Water.
That'd have been the second time somebody spilled something in the radio station.
Tiffany's listening. All right. So emergencies can happen. And when it comes to your roof, time is of the essence. Whether it's a leak, a storm, or an insurance claim, the High and Tight Roofing team provides top-notch roofing services that guarantee your peace of mind. They understand how important your home is to you, which is why they always go to the extreme mile to ensure your roofing needs are met with precision and care. Give them a call at 682-444-1399. Let's do it right. Choose High and Tight for all your roofing needs. All right. And then I got one more. All right. Are you in the process of buying or selling a home? Be sure you have all the information you need with a professional home inspection from ZView Inspections. Their team of licensed and certified inspectors provide comprehensive and thorough inspections that leave no stone unturned. We understand that buying or selling a home can be a stressful process, that's what we were talking about. But I lost where I was. Don't take any chances when it comes to your home. Trust the experts at ZView Inspections to provide you with information you need to make an informed decision. Inspect before you invest with ZView Inspections. Contact us today at 682-587-9651 to schedule your inspection. Oh, evenings and short notice are available. All right.
You sure you read a book?
I did. I really did. So the next time we do the show, I really need to start with one of them and then do the next one and then a commercial break.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do next time.
Long-winded.
It is long, but that's okay. I'm all right. I'm all right. We're good.
There we go.
All right. So what were we were talking about the pictures. I know that was the last thing we talked about.
Pictures of houses.
So would you say that was your only like thing that was kind of like annoying within within the process?
It's a frustrating thing just because you'll see that you kind of waste time going to look at these houses.
Yeah, you do.
That as soon as you get there, you're like, it's not even worth going to look through the rest of the house. I already know I don't like it.
Right.
So it's a waste of a drive. That's what it is.
Yeah.
See, what
I agree.
What I want to know is how these people are taking these pictures of backyards, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they look so huge in these pictures. And then you get out there and it's like you walk out the back door, you're talking to the agent and you're knowing to yourself, this is a huge back door. And then you hit the fence and you're like, where's the rest of the backyard? You know, it's like in this picture, it was so massive. And then it's like literally 10 foot out the back door. There's the fence.
Yeah.
So it's all about the angle.
Oh,
it is.
Yeah.
It's about where you're standing.
Yeah.
And the angle and the lens too.
Really?
The lens on the camera can be adjusted to where it's widened, so it makes it look more. It looks like it looks bigger, and they can do that with the bedrooms, the dining room. Yeah.
So there's professional photographers. It's
Yeah.
their job to make it look good, and
right.
they do a good job.
Matt, he hit a home run on his house. I was over there just a while ago. We were having cannolis. It's his birthday, so I brought him some cannolis. And anyways, and then his son always has to play me in like Madden. Right, like just because he, it's like, man, he wants to beat up on the old guy, and I'm like, you know what, that's cool. And I'm like, I'll come in there, I'll play with you, right? And it's so annoying too. It's because like he'll sit there and he'll score a touchdown, and he'll go, let's go, right? And he'll throw his arms out like that, and then he leaves the room, and I'm like, dude, it's like he's got to like prance around the entire house to let everybody know in the house that he just scored on me, right? Yeah. And then he comes back in there, and he's like, oh, you want to try to block this field goal, huh?
Oh,
and I'm all like, oh, I'm about to block this field goal, right? So I'll hit this, right? And he'll run some other play and score like 2 points on me. He's like, boy, there's no field goal to block. And I'm like, and then
how old is he?
He'll be 10 in September. So he's 9 right now.
Oh, he stomps me. Like, and then he doesn't let me have the ball either. So he'll kick it to where it doesn't go in the end zone, right? And then he does this like one thing whenever I'm like running down the field, and it makes me fumble like every time. And then
that's why I don't play him.
Picks it up.
You don't play him.
I don't play him. It makes me mad too.
Yeah.
He just likes picking on Uncle Mike.
Yeah.
But it's funny because they're the two biggest trash talkers you can have. So they're just going back and forth. Yeah. It's funny.
Oh man, I need a recording next time of this so I could see
it's
it.
Funny.
No, there's never going to be a recording of this. No. Because I mean, yeah. It's so bad. I've never seen a 9. Like, I want to like kick him in the mouth.
Oh,
like,
you
no
don't.
joke. I
You
do. I love this kid to death. I mean, I love this kid. Like he's my own kid.
Right.
But no joke. When we play like video games together, he's such a little trash talker. I just want to kick him like that or break his TV. I'll buy him a new TV. I'll buy him a bigger TV, but I want to break that TV so that way he gets it in his head. I maybe shouldn't talk so much back to Uncle Mikey.
Probably not.
Yeah.
See, what's funny though too is he's a really nice kid, and he's not gonna start talking unless you start talking. So Mike kind of gets him going, and then once you get them going, they're both I said, they're both
it's bad.
He probably learned it from him.
Team trash talk.
See, I think so we played one game one time before over in Waco at Matt's in-laws house, right?
Yeah.
So we were over there, and Mason was like, "You want to play some Madden?" Well, he didn't like the first controller that he picked up, so he gave it to me. All right. Well, then the controller that he had was like half broken, half working. Right. So I murdered this kid at Madden. Right.
Right.
I mean, he couldn't do nothing. He got so mad. So I've been talking crap to him for like months because of that. And today was a eye opener. He killed me.
He had,
right.
He had the home field advantage.
He did.
He's like, my controllers work at my house.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
I love it.
The reason why I was going with that, like Mason's room is so big. He's got like a recliner in there. He's got like a freaking queen size bed in there.
Yeah.
I mean, like the rooms that he bought, the house that he got over there. I mean, the rooms are massive in this house. I was like, I didn't have a recliner in my bedroom.
That's what I said. Me either.
I mean, this dude's got like straight lazy boy. So
yeah, he's got a big old TV in there.
Yeah.
Didn't have none of that when I grew up.
No, me neither. Although I did have like an extra room. We had so my room was kind of attached to this like extra room. But I grew up in Germany, so like the housing in Germany is just so different. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, I lived there 11 years. I speak German.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Wie geht es dir? Mir geht es gut, danke.
I have no idea what you said.
I said, "How are you? I am good, thank you."
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Say happy birthday and
Schönen Geburtstag. Oh my gosh, now I can't say it. Viel Glück zum deins Geburt. I can't say it now. Oh my gosh, this is silly.
She knows how to say one thing, and that's hi. How are you?
Do you know how long it's been since I've said happy birthday to somebody in Germany? Or in German. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I probably need to hear my sister say it. I'll call my sister. I'll have my sister say it, and I'll tell you after.
Yeah,
we'll
I can do that with my father. He speaks Spanish. That doesn't mean I speak Spanish.
Yeah, I speak German though. I really can. I just
don't.
I don't remember how to say it correctly, I guess, or I'm not.
Everything
I'm
but
tongue-tied.
happy birthday.
Everything but happy birthday. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, you lose the language if you don't speak it, and I really don't speak it nearly as much as I used to. I used to speak it a lot more.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, where are you going to speak it at?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, you live in Texas. So, I mean, there's like Mexican food restaurants.
Right.
There's Italian food restaurant.
Yes.
There's not a German restaurant that's just going to show up on and have some Wiener Schnitzel.
There is German restaurants.
Where? I've never even seen one.
Oh my gosh. One of my favorites is Little Germany. I think it's Little Germany in Fort Worth.
Really?
Yeah.
I might have to check that out.
Yeah. It's a good place. It's really good. And the guy that cooks, he went to Germany to learn how to cook the German meals.
Like a culinary school over there?
Yeah, pretty much. And so he actually can make schnitzel, and schnitzel is my favorite. It's like a potato noodle, and then you put the brown gravy over the top of it. Schnitzel is the meat, and then spätzle is the noodle.
Spätzle?
Yes, spätzle. Spätzle is my favorite.
So it's not Wiener Schnitzel?
No, Wiener Schnitzel is a thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I mean, I've been saying this my entire life.
Viel Glück zum dein Geburtstag. That's how you say it.
Oh.
Okay.
Google.
Yes. Happy
You're
birthday.
official, yeah.
Google.
I didn't even Google it. It just came to me.
Hey, Tiffany said smoking cinnamon. Like, that's, she didn't like smoking old people. Old people.
Yeah.
Smoking cinnamon.
Smoking cinnamon. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
So back to real estate. I love talking to you guys but this is good because people are actually getting to know us and getting to know you guys. And that was part of what I wanted for the show. So I think that's awesome. Thank you.
We like to talk.
I do too. So I understand. I talk too fast sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I know. Says it right there.
That's
Slow down.
I know that's the Californian in me, I think sometimes because I did from Germany. I moved to California.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Why? It wasn't that bad. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sitting here, now that you talk about, you being from Germany and stuff like that. There was a TikTok video where he's like, "You want to hear my German joke?" And he's like, "What?" And he's like, "Knock, knock." And the guy goes, "Who's there?" And he goes, "I'll be asking the questions." And he slaps the guy.
That's hilarious. Yeah, Germans can be a little, I don't know. We sound Sometimes we sound when we're having a conversation angry,
Yeah.
but it's really just how you pronounce the words in the language. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
really all it is.
It's like you have to automatically speak in all caps.
I mean, some people did. I don't know. When I spoke German, I didn't feel like I was
I-
yelling or mean.
When you told him happy birthday just now, I'm not even gonna lie, I thought it was a little aggressive. I was almost afraid for Matt's life just a while
Oh,
ago.
that's great.
Yeah,
No, no, that's when I'm like, ach du lieber, was ist mit dir? Bist du verrückt?
exactly.
That is when I'm mad.
You sound like you just said a cuss word.
I didn't. So verrückt means crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck you. Fuck.
I said, what in
Yuck.
the world is wrong with you? Are you crazy?
That's a good word.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to write that one down.
Right.
Crazy.
Right.
So.
Yeah. We're having too much fun on here. So inspections. Let's go back to inspections because I don't want us to miss out on some of that. Is there anything new in inspections that we need to know about?
No.
I thought, wait, there was the
We
2 to
talked
3.
about it, the codes. Yeah, the
Yes.
codes. So codes change every 2 and 3 years, not 2 or 3 years, 2 and 3.
2 and
IRC
3.
is every 2 years.
Okay.
NEC, which is electrical code, is every 3 years.
Okay.
Which obviously the NEC gets thrown in with the IRC when it updates. But anyways, so most of the code stuff is going to be like just safety stuff. That's all it ever is. It's something happened, somebody got hurt, somebody died, something, and now they made a code to make stuff safer.
Okay.
Or something just completely breaks, and we got to make a code that makes stuff safer. And that's all the electrical code is.
Okay.
All those updates are always the safety stuff. Like it was a 2020 code, was the new one, right?
Right.
Which actually they should be coming out with one. It's 2023. I haven't heard on those yet. But anyways, it is all just safety stuff. It's like these GFCI, AFCI, all that stuff has got to be, almost the whole house has got to be protected now.
Right. So where are those plugins? Where are those the GFCI? Am I saying it right?
GFCI.
GFCI. Yeah, I was making sure. You'll have me speaking German now, so now I'm all confused. But yeah, so where do all those need to be implemented into the home?
GFCIs are kitchen, bathrooms, garage, laundry room, any exterior.
Okay.
And it's actually if there's like a furnace in the attic, if there's equipment in the attic that needs servicing, HVAC, whatever, then it has to be GFCI up there too. And almost everything, can't say everything, but pretty much everything, unless you have these random rooms, which nobody has, because the code specifies rooms and stuff. But anyways, everything now is either AFCI by itself, GFCI, or a combination of both. A lot of them have combination, like kitchens and stuff, like it's combination AFCI, GFCI protection. Almost everything is AFCI now.
Okay.
Which is cool.
That is cool.
It is cool. It's expensive. And it's one of those things too, where I have to inspect up to today's code. So if I go in that old house and I tell you that you don't have the GFCIs in the right spot, not that you have to do it, but like I got to tell these people like, yeah, it doesn't have GFCIs here. But back in 1970, that wasn't a code. It wasn't a thing.
No.
All these things, I will note it and I will tell you why it's a code. I'm also going to say this house kind of predates that. I also, probably more than any other inspector, will tell you what I think, what I think is important, what I think is not important, what I think is big, little, stuff like that. Like I said, I just want to educate the client as much as possible, because most people go in there and I'm typically the bad news guy.
Yeah.
Right. That's my job.
And they freak out. And
I'm like, I got a big long report, and that's something where I've heard from agents that I'm very different too, is if the client shows up, even if they want to call me, if they can't show up, they call me and I go over the whole report with them. I'm talking, I do 30 plus pages reports, and I'm going over every single picture that I took and telling them what's wrong. Is it big? Is it little? Maintenance? You know what I mean? And just kind of going over that and then educating them, and then they walk away like, wow.
I think
they just know a whole lot more. And it's and like I said, I can make you it. That a house is not that. How do I say it? It's a bunch of systems, right? But they're very basic systems. Electrical, people are scared of electrical, and I get it because you can get shocked. But but it's really it's 3 or 4 wires. And obviously the electricians, there's calculations and stuff and all that stuff. Yeah, same thing with HVAC. It's a simple system, and there's calculations that get in depth, and that's what these guys are for.
Yeah.
Plumbing, all that stuff, but it's all pretty simple stuff. And I don't know. I try to make it easier for people, because they go in this house, and when people don't know about houses, they just think it's this big crazy thing, right?
Right.
It's not that crazy.
No.
Like if the house is already built, your electrician already did all the calculations and stuff to know what can be what and all that. For me, or for somebody fixing it or anything like that, it's 3 or 4 wires. Plumbing, you got water to it, you got water going away. It's simple stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
never
have to
thought
agree.
of it like that.
Oh, it's very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. But doing this, has also obviously made it easier for me to know this stuff and realize it's simple, because obviously before I was an inspector and all that, is man, houses are crazy. It's got a lot to it. I don't know all this stuff. It's really not that.
It's really not
pretty
that
basic stuff.
Yeah.
Very basic. Yeah.
I would think so too. Cause like I said, like I like to look at things too. There is one thing that I've always wanted to understand a little bit more about on codes wise. And with the electrical boxes being on the outside.
So there has to be a main disconnect, emergency disconnect at the exterior. It doesn't have to, the panel doesn't have to be on the outside, but there has to, for now, the
Right.
new since 2020, there's a main/emergency disconnect. That's there for a fireman. That's a safety thing. So if your house is on fire, the fireman doesn't have to go in to cut the power to it. He can cut it out there.
Okay.
So for anybody listening that's bought a new house with one of those on the outside, I'll also tell every single one of my clients to put a lock on that, because that's your main disconnect. Anybody can go cut the power to your whole house right there without going in. Most of the time, you'll have that main disconnect on the exterior right there, and then there will be another panel in your garage. Stuff that the homeowner, that's all they'll ever need, is the one in the garage. They don't ever need that main one. That's literally there for a fireman. It's fire safety. It's emergency disconnect.
Okay.
So you put a lock there so nobody can go just disconnect it. And then if the only person that ever needs one is a fireman, right?
Right.
And they have bolt cutters.
And they can get into it by that way. Yeah.
So it's
kind of like the red button at the gas station.
Yes.
Gotcha. Only reason I know about that red button because I had a kid.
You pushed
that hit
it, didn't you?
No, one of my kids did.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, "What are you doing?
Don't do that."
Like everybody's sitting there, like pulling their nozzles out of their thing, going, "What in the world?" Yeah. And I'm like, "Get in the car.
We're gonna go.
We gotta go right now. Let's go. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Well, I'm glad to know that, because like I've had questions from buyers before, and I've never really understood like the difference between having it on the outside and in the inside. And if it's if it's a problem, now it obviously needs a door on it, and the door needs to be able to shut.
Yeah, there's got to be a cover. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know that is because for weather, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's got to be a weatherproof panel.
Absolutely.
They make weatherproof. They make non-weatherproof.
You'd be surprised how many I've seen here lately outside with no door, or with the door that doesn't shut all the way.
Yep.
And I'm like, this would be the worst weather to be in right now.
Yeah.
With that situation, living in that house.
And some, like if they're older, if they've been worked on, a lot of these times, you're not getting electricians that are actually going out there to do the work. You're getting Uncle Joe doing what he thinks he knows.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you find most of the problems.
I'll call my uncle.
Call you, yeah. Because honestly,
I got Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe.
Do you?
I do. I'm like, I'll call him. Stay away from these houses. You don't know what you're doing.
Don't do it.
On houses, I typically find, like especially like a new build, I typically find that the electricians, typically, not always, but most of the time, are the best ones on the job.
Okay.
They do the best work. I rarely find stuff wrong. Now, like I said, that's most of the time. I've seen some horror stories, even on new builds, that are crazy. Oh. But most of the time, the electricians do the best work out there. They take pride in their job. They do it right.
Well, I don't think it has to do anything with just really taking pride of their job. I think they got the most like consequences.
Well, yeah, they are the most regulated. Yes,
exactly.
They're the most regulated license.
Well, no, I'm talking about like, oh yeah.
Oh yes, you can kill somebody.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like, boom, they can kill themselves. So they're like pretty precautious whenever they're sitting there like, all right, let me put this wire here.
But they run everything before there's power to it.
So a framer, you know.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, like, framers can kill people too.
Nail there. We're good. Let's go to the next one.
Framers can't they?
Absolutely. If they frame it wrong.
Oh yeah.
There's codes in framing too.
Okay.
On supports and stuff like that, load path, all that stuff. There's stuff these framers got to know. You can't just go throw stuff together.
No, you can't. I know that. I do know that.
So those would be the ones that you have,
you get red flag.
aren't the licensed guys, stuff like that.
But you have to have an inspection
to know these things.
Know these things, and you have to have, well, even with new builds throughout the whole process, they have to have the inspections while it's being built.
That's what I was going to say. Most people, once the new build's done, they're like, oh, it's a new build. It's got to be right.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's got to be perfect.
It's not.
But the thing with that is we got to, if you're doing a new build, if you absolutely can, then you want to do it's called a phase inspection. I want to go out there when they're before they pour the foundation. I want to make sure that the prep work is correct and everything is what it needs to be. And then framing, there's a framing inspection before drywall goes up. I want to make sure the framing looks good, all the wiring behind the wall, everything behind the walls that I won't be able to see.
Right.
And then of course there's a final inspection that's just once it's final. But I've done this for 6 years. I've done somewhere close to 1,000 inspections now.
Yeah.
Maybe more. I don't even know. But I've yet to find a perfect house.
Yeah, no,
I don't think
there's not one. No.
not.
And you know what? I was thinking about this, and this is really clever, and I'm glad I came up with this because I think I'm going to start to implementing this as well. Finding out for my clients that are getting new builds, what's been red tagged and how much was red tagged on that house.
Yep.
That's huge.
Yep.
And what was it? Was it corrected correctly? You know, I mean, I think that's a big deal to ask.
Absolutely.
And be able to have that information to provide to your buyer.
Also, what they need to know too, if I'm buying a new build and they're like, oh, well, they got a city inspector that's got to pass it. So each city is different on what they're actually going to go look at. Just for example, this one's the funny one, and I throw this out there just because it shows the difference between us and city inspectors. Not that they're bad. It's just they're only required to do whatever they're required to do.
Right.
I was in Waxahachie. The city inspector showed up the same exact time I did. I did my inspection. He did his. He was there for 10 minutes. So they only have a list of stuff that they got to check.
Oh, wow.
They don't have to check. They're obviously we're thorough. We're checking every little detail of that house.
Right.
City inspectors, these houses are getting passed because they don't have this big long. And I get it because the city has to pay them and they can't pay them to be there all this time. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's a difference. And yes, the new build got passed inspection, right? But that was a city inspector that was there for probably 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they go through different phases, not just once, but
right.
Still, they're only looking at certain things.
Absolutely. You're absolutely correct. So I think that is important to maybe even implement like, hey, let me have, Matt go out and check out these things before they're going to the next phase. I think that would be great to be able to implement that too.
Yep.
So I've already got you an inspection for tomorrow.
I'll
Are
be
you
there
excited?
tomorrow.
Yay.
Yep.
All right.
Excited.
I'm excited too. He's great. He's really
Is
cool.
he?
You'll like my client. Yeah.
Okay. Is he gonna
He's
be
pretty
there?
awesome. Yeah. Well, I hope so. I told him if he wanted to, he could, but he works nights. So we'll see.
Cool.
Okay. So guys, we've talked a lot of real estate and a lot about who we are and funny stories about ourselves, which is great. But I do want to, before we end the show, I wanted to have it a little bit, I wanted to open up for more fun because I like a fun, happy show. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. So, bucket lists. We talked about this. So who has their bucket list?
Oh man. Honestly,
you didn't.
So my phone has been messed up like so bad for the last day. It's like if anybody tries to call me, it rings 2 times and it sends you straight to voicemail.
For me, it rang once and then it went straight to voicemail. But
exactly.
Yeah.
So bucket list for me, can't really talk about on the radio. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think my bucket list would just there's a lot of places I want to travel to.
Yeah.
That's just my thing,
Where? Because that's what my bucket list was traveling.
So actually I saw this place last night. It was it was 3 hours on the coast of Florida, and they have these bungalows and stuff like that. I can't remember what it was called. It was Sandals something.
Okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I was like, man, it's so pretty.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna go there next. I was sitting there pricing it, and it was $20,000. I was like, all right, maybe we'll go to Florida.
Florida was fun. I went to Florida. It was
I've been to
fun.
Florida a million times.
Yeah.
I like
That was
going
my
out of
first
this
time.
country.
It was
What
fun.
about you? What's on your bucket list?
I want to go to Dubai and I want to jump out of an airplane over the Pineapple Island.
I've been to Dubai.
I want to go to Dubai. I've never
Dude,
been,
it's so
and I want to
pretty.
go, and I want to
Yeah.
see the temple, and I want to meet some monks.
Oh wow! What about you, Matt? What's your bucket list?
I want to go to Israel.
Oh,
Really?
Israel would be cool.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh man, yeah, you're white there
I'm white there,
and
for sure.
a Christian, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna stab you.
That's not entirely true.
No,
No.
I'm just saying,
No, it's not that bad.
I want to see you on CNN.
It's not
Oh
that
my
bad.
gosh.
It's not that. No, I want to go over there.
Just
Yeah.
make sure
Check
you
out.
have a trustworthy tourist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can show you around.
Yeah, because I've already heard there's
Yeah.
tour things that don't really go in depth, and then
Right.
there's some. So
Yeah. Pick one wisely.
there's actually a. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, there's.
I was thinking out loud.
There's a rabbi tour.
Oh,
a
okay.
Messianic Jew.
Yeah. Well, I was
Nice.
thinking with my facial expressions, and you stop whenever I go. No, Green or Iceland. That's where I
Yeah,
want to go.
Iceland would be great.
I
There's a
think
lot
that'd
of
be
places
cool.
I want to go. I want to go to Scotland. I didn't get to go to Scotland or Ireland. I've been to England. I've been to
Yeah.
France. I've been to Germany. I've been to Switzerland. Switzerland is beautiful.
Yeah.
I highly suggest Switzerland and Germany. I've seen every castle
Really?
that there is in Germany multiple times. Yeah.
Huh.
So that's pretty cool. But all right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to us today on the radio. We appreciate it here on Real Estate Reality. Thank you and have a great day.
Bye.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio. Attention all business owners and creative minds. Do you need a unique and personalized touch for your products? Look no further than Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs. We offer custom laser engraving services for a variety of products, including promotional items and corporate or personal gifts. With state-of-the-art equipment and a team of skilled designers, we can engrave intricate designs on virtually any material.